They told you to dream, but every dream they gave you came with a price tag. A job that drains your soul, a debt that never dies, a system that rewards obedience and punishes awareness. You wake up tired, go to sleep anxious, and wonder why nothing ever changes. But here's the truth. Poverty isn't always an accident. Sometimes it's designed. And until you open your eyes, you'll keep running in their maze, like a rat chasing crumbs. If you've ever felt that something's wrong with this world, you're not crazy. You're finally waking up. Welcome to the Stoic path. Subscribe and break the cycle. They say the system is broken, but what if it's not? What if it's functioning exactly as it was designed? Designed not to uplift you, but to contain you. To mold you into a perfect, compliant worker, obedient, exhausted, and broke. From the day you're born, you're placed on a track. School, job, debt, bills, stress. Run faster, work harder, smile more. And maybe, just maybe, you'll catch a glimpse of success, but you never quite reach it. Why? Because you're not meant to. This is not an accident. It's architecture. Poverty isn't just tolerated. It's engineered, calculated to feed the machine. A society that depends on cheap labor, distracted minds, and obedient hearts can't afford a population that thinks, questions, and acts with sovereignty. So they built a maze. You were placed inside it as a child, told it was the path to freedom. But every turn is designed to exhaust you. School doesn't teach you how to be free. It teaches you how to wait for permission. Bells ring, you move. You raise your hand to speak. You memorize facts you'll never use and are rewarded for compliance, not curiosity. Ask too many questions, and you're a problem. Obey, and you're a success. But success, in this maze, is just another trap. You graduate into adulthood already in debt. You were never taught how money works, only how to chase it. You take out loans for a college degree that promises more than it delivers. You get a job, only to find yourself barely making ends meet. You look around and wonder, is this all there is? Yes, if you follow their path, that's all there will ever be. They keep you chasing a dream like a carrot on a stick. A house you can't afford, a lifestyle you can't maintain, a job that pays just enough to keep you quiet, but not enough to let you leave. Every raise is met with rising costs. Every moment of peace is interrupted by a bill, a fine, a tax. You were never meant to win. You were meant to run. Because when you run, you don't resist. You're too tired to question, too broke to rebel, too distracted to remember that life wasn't supposed to feel like this. But this maze isn't only physical. It's psychological. You're made to feel that your poverty is your fault, as if you chose to be born into a broken home, in a broken neighborhood, with broken schools, as if you failed the system, not the other way around. Because escaping the maze doesn't begin with rebellion, it begins with realization. The kind of realization that pierces through everything you've ever been told. It's the quiet moment when you stop blaming yourself and start questioning the design. You stop asking, what's wrong with me, and instead whisper, what if everything around me is built to keep me like this? And in that whisper is power. They fear that whisper. They fear the man who stops running and starts thinking. Because once you question the maze, you start seeing its architects. You notice the invisible hands pulling the strings, the way wealth is hoarded, not created, the way success is inherited, not earned, the way truth is buried beneath noise. You begin to notice how you're marketed misery, cheap dopamine to mask deep dissatisfaction. You're told to dream, but only within the confines of consumerism. Your value is measured by your output, your looks, your likes, not your soul. And somewhere in the process, your self-worth is replaced by self-doubt. But the Stoics would call this the beginning of wisdom, to see the world clearly as it is, without illusion, without sugarcoating, without the lies we tell ourselves to feel comfortable. Because comfort is the enemy of growth. You must be willing to be uncomfortable, to ask the hard questions, to sit in the silence of your own thoughts, to realize that the people you envy are often the most enslaved, that luxury without freedom is just a golden cage, that noise without meaning is just a distraction from purpose. This discomfort is sacred. It's the gateway to transformation. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The maze exists. The poverty is real. The manipulation is deep. But your reaction, your perception, remains yours. That's your weapon. That's your path. So, stop asking for the system to save you. It won't. It never meant to. Instead, start saving yourself. Start by reclaiming your attention. Where your attention goes, your life follows. Turn off the noise. Unplug from the endless scroll, not because it's bad, but because it's designed to consume you. And you are not made to be consumed. You are made to create. Next, reclaim your time. Every hour you give to something meaningless is an hour stolen from your evolution. Ask yourself, if I lived the same day for the next 5 years, who would I become? If the answer frightens you, change the day. Time is your most precious currency, but the poor are taught to waste it, entertain it, trade it for comfort. The rich are taught to invest it, multiply it, protect it. So, become rich in time before you become rich in money. Master your mornings. Defend your evenings. Fill the space between with purpose. Then, reclaim your energy. You can't fight a rigged game if your body is broken and your spirit is empty. Eat like someone who respects themselves. Move like someone preparing for battle. Sleep like someone who believes tomorrow deserves your best. This is not self-care. This is self-preservation. And finally, reclaim your mind, your beliefs, your voice. They've given you identities to wear: poor, broke, unworthy. Peel them off. They've sold you scripts to follow: graduate, work, retire, die. Burn them. They've tried to convince you that who you are is small, replaceable, powerless. Prove them wrong. Start thinking for yourself, not emotionally, not reactively, but philosophically. Learn to observe your thoughts. Question them. Reconstruct them. Turn emotion into discipline. Turn fear into strategy. Turn anger into action. Because when you reclaim your mind, the maze collapses. You no longer fear losing what doesn't matter. You no longer chase what won't fulfill you. You no longer believe that your worth is tied to your wage. This is what it means to be free, not rich, not famous, not adored, but untouchable. A mind no system can own. A heart no algorithm can hijack. A soul that walks through chaos without becoming it. That is the Stoic path. But let's be honest, it's not easy. Escaping the poverty trap isn't just about mindset. It takes work, strategy, sacrifice, and most of all, because your money is your weapon. And they want you disarmed. They want you paycheck to paycheck, desperate and afraid. Because desperate people don't rebel. Desperate people don't build. Desperate people comply. So, don't be desperate. Be dangerous. Dangerous because you have a plan. Because you've seen the system and no longer bow to it. Because you've learned what they tried to hide. And because you're building something that can't be taken. Skills, discipline, ownership. Do not wait for opportunity. Create it. Do not wait for fairness. Forge resilience. Do not wait for peace. Become the storm. Because here's the truth. no one is coming to save you. Not the government, not the banks, not the influencers, not the gurus. You are the beginning and the end of your own freedom, and that freedom begins with philosophy. Stoicism doesn't teach you how to be rich. It teaches you how to be unbreakable. It doesn't make the world easier. It makes you stronger. It doesn't change the system. It changes your ability to walk through it untouched. This is power. Quiet, patient, relentless power. But most will never feel it. Most will keep running the maze. Most will die in the same mental prisons they were born in. Because freedom takes effort. And effort requires faith. Faith in yourself, in your ability to learn, to grow, to rise, to fall 10 times and stand up 11, to be the exception in a world full of excuses. So, what will you choose? Will you keep scrolling, keep hoping, keep surviving? Or will you finally say, enough? Enough pretending you don't feel the emptiness. Enough waiting for someone else to fix your life. Enough trading your soul for comfort. You are not a product. You are not a statistic. You are not a rat. You are a warrior in a quiet war. And the war is for your mind. Let them laugh. Let them doubt you. Let them stay asleep. You rise. You read the books. You delete the noise. You build the habits. You stack the skills. You watch the system with cold eyes and say, I see you now. I no longer belong to you. And then, without a word, you walk. You walk your own path. The Stoic path. Not because let this moment be the line you never cross again. Let it be the turning point where your life forks into two directions. The one they built for you, and the one you build for yourself. One leads back to the maze. The other, to mastery. The system may still exist. The poverty may still surround you. The lies may still whisper. But they don't own you anymore. You've seen the truth, and once you see it, you never unsee it. Now, walk. And most of all, disconnect from the noise, from the lies, from the game itself. You don't owe this system your loyalty. You owe it your awareness. Let go of the illusion that success is what they say it is, that more is always better, that comfort is happiness, that wealth equals worth. It doesn't. Real wealth is time, freedom, clarity, health, presence, peace. Things money can't buy, but poverty will rob from you daily if you let it. Don't let it. Don't become another product of a system that profits from your exhaustion. Don't become another number in a society that values productivity over purpose. You are not a rat. You are not a cog in their machine. You are a sovereign mind, capable of thought, rebellion, creativity, and stillness. The Stoic path isn't about avoiding the world. It's about walking through it without letting it own you. It's about detachment, not indifference. Courage, not compliance. Self-mastery, not self-pity. The system only wins if you forget who you are. So remember your worth. Remember your power. And when the world tries to shame you for questioning the script, smile. Because that's how you know you're getting close. That's how you know you're waking up. No one escapes the maze by accident. It takes effort, clarity, and choice. And that choice is now in front of you. You can keep running, or you can rise. The Stoic path is not easy, but it is real. It begins with seeing, then questioning, then walking, quietly, relentlessly, away from the noise, toward the truth. This is not just a video. This is a mirror, and you know what you see. You've always known. Now do something about it. The reason the system keeps you poor is not because you're not smart enough. It's because you're not distracted enough. The more you think, the more dangerous you become. The moment you question why you have to work 40 hours a week to survive, why food is more processed than real, why housing is an investment, and that's why they built an economy on distractions. Instant gratification, endless notifications, clicks, swipes, trends. You're kept busy chasing the next thing, never realizing you're being pulled further from yourself. You don't need more dopamine. You need stillness. You need the silence they fear you'll find, because in silence, you remember. The greatest rebellion is to live slowly in a world that demands you move faster, to think deeply in a culture of shallowness, to be present when everything is designed to keep you away from the now. Presence is power. Stillness is strategy. Every hour you give to your phone is an hour taken from your purpose. Every dollar spent on distraction is a dollar robbed from your freedom. Minimalism is not just a lifestyle, it's resistance. Owning less, needing less, depending less. When you simplify, you sharpen. When you detach, you see clearly. But this journey won't be comfortable. You'll be called strange, unambitious, antisocial. That's okay. Greatness was never built on fitting in. The Stoics knew this. Epictetus lost his freedom in chains, but never in his mind. Seneca lived surrounded by wealth, but trained himself to sleep on the floor and eat crusts of bread. Because control is illusion, comfort is a trap, and freedom is forged in discipline. Discipline to say no, to reject the job that kills your soul, to walk away from the relationship that drains you, to spend time on skills, not status, to build a life inwardly rich, even if outwardly quiet. Build multiple streams of value, not just income. Learn skills that can't be taken by automation or recession. Read the books they don't advertise. Master the habits that anchor you when everything around you is chaos. You don't rise by luck. You rise by structure, self-structure. And most importantly, look around you and realize this. The moment you stop playing their game, you create your own. You step into sovereignty. The world will not applaud your awakening, but your soul will. And when you're alone in your thoughts, without noise or screens or expectations, you'll see what they tried to keep from you all along. You were never a rat in a maze. You were always the architect. Now, start building. Subscribe to the Stoic Path if you're ready to wake up. If you're ready to see, think, and live differently. If you're ready to escape the maze and never go back.